Hello, New York Giants fans, and welcome to your Valentine's Views podcast for Wednesday. I'm your host, Ed Valentine of Big Blue View. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and please subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts across the Big Blue View radio network. All right, some hopeful injury news provided by the Giants on Tuesday as they began preparing for next Monday's Week 4 contest against the Seattle Seahawks. First, head coach Brian Daboll said that running back Saquon Barkley, who has a high ankle sprain, is getting better and is now listed as day to day. Would not commit to Barkley playing Monday. It would still be a surprise to me if Barkley plays on Monday, but he is apparently getting better. There is apparently a possibility that Barkley could play on Monday in a game that the Giants really need to win as they try to get to 2-2. Listen, Barkley's had two ankle sprain injuries in his career. High ankle sprain in 2019 that cost him 3 games. And realistically, even after Barkley came back, it was several weeks before Barkley was 100%, before he was the real Saquon Barkley. 2021 had another ankle sprain. This one was considered a pedal ankle sprain or normal ankle sprain, and yet that cost Barkley 4 games. So this one, it would really be a surprise. It was initially listed as 2 to 3 week recovery. This would be 2 weeks on the dot, really, because, the Giants have had 1 game since week 2 when Barkley suffered the ankle sprain. To me, would still be a real surprise if Barkley were to play Monday night against the Seahawks. Doesn't seem like he could be 100% at that point. Maybe he could play in some sort of limited fashion. I'm not sure if it's worth the risk if he's not 100%, but at this point, a possibility, some hopeful news for the Giants. Also, some good news on the offensive line. Left guard Ben Bredeson is progressing through the concussion protocol. Brian Daboll said that Bredeson practiced on Tuesday in non-contact fashion, was expected to practice on Thursday in a contact practice without a red non-contact jersey, would then be evaluated by an independent consultant to see whether or not he could be cleared. So, but it sounds like Bredesen is heading toward being cleared by the end of this week and should be back at his left guard spot for the Giants on Monday night. Good news, as the Giants have had pretty much of a rotation and not a very successful one at that spot since Bredesen went down. And the other piece of good news is that left tackle Andrew Thomas appears to be progressing. Daboll would not commit whether or not Thomas would be available on Monday, but it appears to be trending in that direction. So at least the left side of the Giants' offensive line with Thomas and with Ben Bredeson should be back to full strength, should be back to what the Giants expected it to be, which is a huge help for a team that's had a real struggles on that offensive line. Even Thomas didn't play really well week 1. Of course, he suffered that hamstring injury very, very early in the game, tried to play through it, didn't play up to his usual standards. Of course, playing on one leg, I'm not sure that you can expect him to, against DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons and the very, very talented Dallas defensive line. But good news on the injury front and the offensive line. Looks like Bredeson and Thomas are headed toward being available on Monday night. The other interesting thing that Daboll said regarding the offensive line is that if Thomas and Bredeson are available, Josh Ezeudu, who filled in for Thomas at left tackle, competed with Bredeson for a left guard spot throughout the summer. Ezeudu will not start on Monday night. The Giants will stay with second-year man Marcus McKethan at right guard and second-year man Evan Neal at right tackle. I know a lot of gnashing of teeth about Evan Neal. We even mentioned the possibility of the Giants considering moving Neal to guard, at some point in a story at Big Blue View. But the Giants have a lot invested in Neal, 7th overall pick, 2022 draft. They're going to go as far as they possibly can with Evan Neal at right tackle, and they're not ready to give up on that yet. I would pretty much expect them to give Neal most, if not all, of the 2023 season to see if he can handle that job. And then after 2023, perhaps make a decision on that. In the meantime, it looks like they are committing to McKethan, 5th-round pick in 2023, at least in the short term. McKethan replaced Mark Glowinski as the starter in week 2. Monday night against the Seahawks will be McKethan's 3rd consecutive start. Played one good game, played pretty well against the Arizona Cardinals, had a poor game against a really, really good San Francisco 49ers defensive interior. McKethan is a kid who simply needs to play. 6'7", 335-pound, powerful young man who could really help the Giants as a run blocker, but missed all of 2022 with a torn ACL, barely played during the preseason. I think he only played a few snaps in one game. So is really just getting his feet wet as an NFL player. And the Giants appear ready to to be willing to give him some time and find out what the young man can do, find out whether or not he can be part of this line going forward, not only in 2023, but perhaps in 2024 as well. All right, Giants fans, that's it for today. Just a quick show to give you guys some news updates as the Giants begin to get ready for the Seahawks. Giants won't practice on Wednesday. They'll return to Quest Diagnostics to practice on Thursday as they prep for Seattle, game that they really need to win to get to 2-2. Staring at road games coming up against Miami and Buffalo after that. So please stay with Big Blue View for all of your coverage as we get you ready for that game. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Follow us on X at Big Blue View. So wherever you want to consume Giants information, we have a platform for you to do that. So please check it out. All right, thank you for listening. Please stay safe out there. Take care of each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.